have a sense of humor, do not watch this video, because today we're talking about the interior design trends that you hate. And when I submitted the form for this, you guys ate me up. You guys humbled me. You humbled every interior design creator that has ever graced planet Earth. We're starting out swinging with number one, and I'm choosing one that hurts me so that you know nobody is safe. Not one person is safe in today's video. The first interior design trend that you guys hate is the fake olive tree and those fake tan crusty planters. That felt personal. So here's what I want to say to the fake floral haters. If you hate us, that's fine. You know, we're not for everybody, but we don't put fake flowers in our house thinking that you're gonna think that they're real. Of course, there's no water with those flowers, okay? They look the same for the past 6 years every time you've come over. I know that you know that they are fake, but I think it just adds like a little bit of liveliness, a little bit of pop of color that we're not gonna get from anywhere. Can you people just recognize that there are people who just can't keep plants alive, okay? And when I first started YouTube, someone left me a comment and they said they brought a tree from the outdoors indoors and they got chiggers. That day I said, leave those flowers at Trader Joe's, leave those flowers at the florist. Your spouse does not need flowers for Valentine's Day. You can show your love in a different way, because no. I understand why people don't love the fake olive tree. They don't look super realistic, especially since most olive trees or faux olive trees have the really white underneath. It's like they didn't even try. They said you get fake tree on the front and you get white paper on the back, and I can live with that, but totally makes sense that people don't love it. The planters though, I don't understand the planter hate. Let me know down in the comments what your thoughts are. I like the big rustic planter. It makes me feel like I've gone to Europe without spending $5,000, which is great because I don't want to spend $5,000 on that right now. I even made a video saying the olive tree was canceled, so I don't know what I was expecting. I guess I was just living in denial. The next interior design trend that people hate is farmhouse. And I get it. I know we don't even really need to talk about this, but I'm gonna talk about this. I can't believe farmhouse is so hated that people are still talking about it like 5 years later. When was the last time you even saw someone with farmhouse that didn't live in like Texas? And like in Texas, I feel like it's fair because they actually are living on farms. That is the qualm with farmhouse interior design. People don't like it because people will do farmhouse in the middle of New York City. Honey, where are your cows? If you live in a place where a farmhouse would make sense. If you live in a place where there are wild animals, sure, go ahead and build your farmhouse. I think it just comes down to having a design style that makes sense for where you live. And I've fallen victim to this. I still have a wash and dry sign in my laundry room. I keep it hoping that it will motivate me to do the laundry, but there are still 15 buckets of laundry on my floor, and that's not your business, that's my business. But I know there's someone already commenting, but what about if that's what I love? If that's what you love, go ahead and do it, right? This is a conversation where we're critiquing ourselves and we're having a little bit of fun. So if you can't take the joke, that's fine. That's fine. Do what you love. Design your house in a way that you love. And if you don't believe me, I grew up in a home that was literally rainbow. And I support my grandmother in that. I helped her do it. I don't want to live like that, but I support it and it looks great for her and she lives wonderfully in it. And every time she comes into my home, she's like, oh, it feels like a mausoleum in here. This is so off-putting. And I'm like, that's super fair. So everyone's entitled to their own opinions before you guys get upset. The next interior design trend you guys hate is the spray foam. This is what the commenter had to say. Why are we putting spray foam on things? What the heck was that? And I sadly have to agree. You guys are putting spray foam on things without putting on a respirator. You guys were using home insulation as decor, and I just want to know why. There are so many other ways to get fun furniture. There are so many easier, healthier, more accessible DIYs. That was a trend that just kind of left me thinking, The next interior design trend you guys hate is Pampas Grass. It's Pampas Grass. This person wrote in, it's giving side of highway, and I commend her for her honesty because she's not wrong. Have you ever driven down a highway and you're like, oh, what beautiful grass, and it's Pampas Grass, and then the store has the audacity, the gall to charge you $20 for it when you could just get it off the side of the highway? That may or may not be illegal, so this is not advice, this is not legal advice, this is not design advice. I'm just saying it's for free on the side of the road. What's wrong with embracing nature? People don't say, oh, why do you have that branch in your home, or why do you have that tree or faux tree in your home? Of course, those come off of the side of the road, or they came off the road, they come from nature, right? Everything comes from nature. So I think it's funny, the pampas from the side of the road, but I don't really agree that like that's why it shouldn't be in. I think it's one of those things that was overdone. And can we talk about the fact that pampas falls everywhere? You look at pampas funny and you've got pampas sprigs all over the floor. It's like playing with that fake snow. Have you ever tried to like DIY an ornament around Christmas time? Do the girlies on YouTube kind of like get you to do those DIYs? Yeah, me too. I know, my name is DIY with KB. I get sucked into it, right? And then my whole house is covered in fake snow. It's like when you're putting together your Christmas tree and you got flocked because you wanted to be on trend and you're like, dear God, why? My entire floor is covered in fake snow. My dog won't stop eating it. All of my clothes are now white. It looks like I have horrible dandruff. Yeah, I think that also happens with pampas, which is why it gets a bad rap. The next interior design trend that you guys hate is the chopping of pillows. The chopping of pillows. People don't like it because it feels too forced. And that makes sense because there was a lot of force that went into it when I chopped it. I was taking all of my aggression from the week on my pillow because I didn't make it to the gym. Why didn't I make it? Because I didn't feel like going. But in all reality, I think people just don't like when houses feel too scripted, too well curated, too intentional. People like the relaxed look these days. Now, at the same point, everyone wanted their home to look like a designer catalog 5 minutes ago, right? We're talking about trends. These things change. But now everyone's into the relaxed, into the organic, making it feel lived in. And in a lived in home, you're not walking around chopping your pillows every 5 minutes. Or maybe you're not, because I am. I personally just like the way it looks because I think it helps the pillow fill out the pillow cover a little bit more. But you do you. People hate it. I think for the modern organic, the wabi-sabi, the japandi, the mid-century modern, the more relaxed design styles, it makes sense to not have chopped pillows. But for the design styles that are a little bit more curated, the glam, the contemporary, the modern. Now this one, I want to know why you even felt the need to write this in, because who does this? But the next, I saw this one like 10 times. The next interior design trend you guys hate is carpet in the bathrooms. I want to know who's doing this. I want to know, let's sue them. Let's sue this person because they had it out for you and they did this in your home. They didn't say rugs in the bathroom, they said carpet in the bathroom. So they mean wall to wall upholstery on the floor. That's immediate jail time. If you do not hate this trend, there is something wrong with you. The reason why people don't like this should be very, very obvious. There is pee, there is excrement, there is soap, there is everything that you do in the bathroom in that floor. I don't care if you think you're the cleanest person in the world. I don't care if you close the toilet lid before you flush. Okay, great, you're better than everyone else. I love that for you, but there's still stuff on the floor. You're getting your floor wet when you get out of the shower. There's so much mold and mildew and gunk stuck in that floor, and it is disgusting. It is disgusting. So there's no way this could ever be in fashion, but I just know some Kardashian or some rich person is gonna do it, and it's gonna be a trend. And there's going to be an uptick in carpet cleaners. That is going to be the new industry to get into. So everyone start their businesses, register your LLC, because it's going to be the time as soon as a famous person does it. But I don't think this means that you should eliminate rugs in your bathroom. You should be strategic with where you place rugs in your bathroom. You should be intentional with the type of rugs you use washable rugs so that you can put them in the washer, right? Use diatomaceous earth, do this, do that. Don't put like your $5,000 oriental rug in the bathroom, because that is ludicrous and really stupid, because you can't put that in the washing machine. But you can still use rugs in there. Just please clean them. Please clean them. That's all you need to do. You just need to be able to clean them, and then you're good to go. You're Gucci. Now, this next one is an attack on me, and I totally understand why you're saying this, but open glass showers. I do not need to see or be seen cold and naked. So first of all, I want to say, let's embrace the human body, okay? All bodies are beautiful bodies in my opinion, but it's cold as hell. It is cold as hell. So when I designed our bathroom, I really wanted it to be open, and then I kept slipping on the floor, period. So it actually wasn't even because I was cold, it's because I was clumsy. So I did put in custom shower doors. I will include a clip of them here. They're really, really great. You can barely see them. It is a hazard. It's a hazard. So all the people in all the hotels and all the designers who are doing it, I want to know, did you also install one of those bars to make sure that you don't slip? Because I did. And this next one is just plain funny. No, I have no anecdote about this besides plastic fruit in bowls, too much disappointment. I'm sorry that someone hurt you. The number one interior design trend that you guys hate is the sign. And signs appear very heavily in Farmhouse, so it's kind of an extension of what we talked about before. But people have signs and they just hate them. And someone even sent me a picture of one. I'm going to show it to you. It is a picture that says fart, poop, pee above the toilet, in case you were unaware of what you were supposed to do in the toilet, in case you thought you were supposed to be making toilet wine. No, that is not the case. You're supposed to be farting, pooping, or peeing. I want to know why someone was compelled to make that, okay? I actually don't think all signs are bad. I like the little farmer's market sign. I think it could be cute. I like the one that's like the little Wi-Fi password. Thank you. I didn't want to have to climb into your closet and find the router. I like the ones that tell me like the little measurements, because like I don't know how many tablespoons there are in a quarter cup. I don't know, and I don't want to have to look it up. So I like those signs. I don't hate them all. This is too extreme. The bathroom signs, I don't like. I don't like that. But I will say my grandmother has a sign in her kitchen. It's been there for, how old am I? 27 years, and it says, dinner options, take it or leave it. And I feel that as an adult, I really feel that, and I respect it. So I like ones like that. They're kind of funny sometimes. The next design trend you guys hate is the use of the shag carpet. Every time I see a shag carpet, I think of Honey, I Shrunk the Kids. Have you guys seen that movie or series of movies? They had like 50 million of these movies. I was like, why do you keep shrinking your damn kids? Why did you shrink yourself? Just stop making shrink rays, my guy. But shag carpets are just the worst. They hold memories. They hold like all of like your hopes and dreams and like sad experiences. They just like collect dust like no other. I think that's why they get a bad rep, and they look so dirty. They look like those mop dogs. They look like a mop. When you don't maintain them, it doesn't matter if you got a pink one, it still ends up brown and crusty looking like a mop. So that's why I don't like shag carpets either. I think when they're beautifully clean and beautifully taken care of, they're wonderful, but they just tend to have a really thick pile, and they get really dusty, crusty, and they get stuck in your vacuum. So even if you try to clean them, they still end up looking awful. So I understand why you guys hate this one. The next design trend you guys hate is the open concept home. And the only thing I have to say in response to this is, what is your Venmo? What is your Cash App? Are you going to Zelle me? Because I understand the hatred of the open concept. You're like, oh, it's hard to break up spaces. Well, if you don't know how to do it, subscribe to my channel, because I give tips on how to do that. But also, what do you want me to do? Build a whole wall because you don't like it? Are you gonna help me pay for it? Are you going to? I think there are pros and cons to open concept homes versus closed concept homes. I mean, buy the one that like you kind of fancy, but I think open concept can be really nice for like community building. And like, I'm not even being facetious. I was in a relationship once, and there was a closed concept, and I'd cook dinner, and they'd be sitting in the other room, and I was like, oh my God, I'm sitting here slaving, and you're doing what? Not talking to me? And now I have an open concept home in a relationship in which I'm married, and I cannot help but think that the open concept may have led to this happy marriage, because you get to sit and talk while you're doing a task, while you do laundry, while you're cooking, while you're cleaning, while you're etc., while you're doing etc. And I think that that is very lovely. If you don't like open concept homes, simply do not live in one. But I think that they can be really great for community building and spending time together, especially when people are like doing their own things and living their own lives. I think it can be kind of nice. But I also see the merit in just like wanting a dining room to be a dining room and a kitchen to be a kitchen. And I think having closed concept is really good for like smells. So good for smells, and for having guests, because I hate when like my spouse has like a friend over and I don't want to hang out with that friend. That is not my friend. But I can't just like casually sit in the dining room, right? It's an open concept. If they're sitting in the living room and I'm in the dining room, I have to be a part of the conversation, right? And I hate that for me. As an introvert, I hate that for me. And my spouse hates that for themselves too. So like, don't come in the comments saying, oh my God, you hate your spouse's friends. I don't. Just like, I'm an introvert. I just want to spend time with myself. So I do really like that about closed concept homes. But let me know what you think down in the comments. And I wasn't expecting this one. But the next interior design trend you guys hate is the slat wooden wall. Now you guys already hated the accent walls. Accent walls were already canceled. They were canceled in 2021, canceled again in 2022. But now someone came out with wood slatting. People said, hey, those 80s basements, you know those ones from King of Queens? Let's bring it back, let's run it back and do a little bit of a remix. It very much so was just creating more places for dust to build up. I love it. I just think that it was overdone, and now people are doing it in a peel and stick capacity, which is actually what this person was talking about. They were like, I hate this. This is not it for me. I think it can look nice. I think it's just one of those things that's overdone, which makes sense that people are starting to hate this trend. People also hate the all beige, the all grays, and one of the number one or number two ones, I'm actually not gonna bother to count them, ones that I saw in my comments was the gray floor. When I moved into my home, they put down gray floors before I had a chance to decide, and that's fine. I'm gonna live with what I got. But the gray floors, they're like, hey, are you feeling sad? let me make you sadder because this is cold and barren and sad. You can see every piece of dust and debris on it, and I want you to work more, and I want you to feel sad in your home. And I think that's what gray wood floors do. And they just have a hidden amount of blue in them that just makes you a little bit sad. You're just starting the design off sad, so you really have to warm it up with like reds and yellows and just like warmer colors. And I understand why people hate them because they really do scream farmhouse. And again, we don't live on a farm. And I hate to say this one, I'm gonna read it out loud. So I'm not the one who says it, someone else says it, I'm just reading it. Everybody's doing the modern natural look like the new version of Farmhouse. She said it, not me, I didn't say it. I didn't say it. And the last interior design trend you guys hate that we're gonna talk about today is the extra low furniture. And this person says, extra low furniture because these knees are no longer well-oiled machines. She sounds like the modern day Shakespeare. I have low furniture and I know that Kiva in 30 years is gonna be like, ma'am, get a cane. Because our furniture is too low. It's not good for your knees, it's not good for your back. Choose furniture that's a little bit higher profile for your legs, for your own comfort, and so that there's some variability in your home. If everything is at the same level, it's just like not a very fun experience. The design stops at like 24 inches. What about the other 6 feet of wall? What are we doing up there? Nothing? No. We need to add decor. We want visual interest. We want different experiences, and we want our backs to be okay. There just isn't enough icy hot in the world for all of this. But that is it for today's video. Those are the interior design trends that you guys hate. My feelings were hurt. I'm sure your feelings were hurt, but this was all in good fun and games. Everyone is entitled to their opinions, and the best part about this is I've had different opinions on these throughout life. You've probably had different opinions on these, and our opinions will still continue to evolve and grow and change, and I just use the same word, just using synonyms, but that is okay. That is the fun with interior design, and I hope you guys left some funny comments and that we were having great, respectful discourse down in the comments. And if you liked today's video, please consider smashing that subscribe button because I have new videos every Monday and Friday. I cannot guarantee that I will be as funny as I was today. I was just in a particularly good mood, but I will promise that we'll have really, really good discussions and we'll share awesome interior design tips and products with you each and every week. Thank you so much for watching today's video, and until next time, have a beautiful day.